Hi everyone, I'm Olivia, Marketing Manager at GCubed. Today we're joined by Natasha Hinds, founder and CEO of Keep Your Hair Headgear. Natasha joined us at our December 2019 roundtable. We're excited to feature her here today as our first roundtable attendee on our guest blog.
So, Keep Your Hair Headgear, we offer satin and silk lined military and civilian headwear to protect everyone's hair. But I really need to take you back to 2004, where it all began. So, in 2004, I was a captain and I noticed that the wool and cotton fabric of my military headgear was basically drawing the moisture out of my hair and making it really dry, and then it was causing my hairline to break off. And so I took my headgear to a tailor. She added satin lining material, and I noticed a significant improvement in the health of my hair. And so I was in the military for 20 years. And during that 20 years, I moved from station to station every 2 to 3 years, moving to different duty stations, having to find a different stylist. And so that contributed to a little bit of hair damage as well. I would coordinate these hair parties with my friends, and we would all share information on how to make our hair healthy. And let me just fast forward to 2013 when I was assigned to the U.S. Embassy in Libreville, Gabon. As soon as I walked into the embassy, the local staff working at the embassy, they looked at my hair and they were asking questions. How do you take care of your hair? Because I'm in the military, right? So
Mhm.
people don't generally correlate being in the military with having this, fabulous hair for some reason. And so I started having hair parties in my home. I also received invitations to make hair care presentations at international conferences when I was in Gabon. So let's fast forward to 2017 when I moved to the DC metro area. And I was about 2.5 years out from retiring. And I knew that I wanted to start a business dealing with hair care. I just didn't know what it was going to be. And so I was driving one day after picking up my son from school, and that's when it hit me. I was like, what about those liners that I had added into my hat? I could create a company to sell, to make a convenient option for service members to purchase the military hats with the material on the inside. We
Mhm.
sell it with silk right now. And so we arrived at the hotel because I had just moved here. Um, and I fed my son, put him to bed, and then I just started Googling how to start a company. And Keep Your Hair Headgear was born literally the next day within 24 hours. And so my why is because I'm so passionate about hair, I want to share these liners with other service members and civilians because we make military and civilian caps. It's all about hair care.
So, 3 years into it, what does an average day for you look like?
So it varies throughout the year, but average day is me dropping off my son at 8, working out between 9 to 10, and doing actual work for the company between
Mhm.
12 and 4. So during that time, I'm working on current projects. I'm communicating with vendors about what we're, basically to provide products that I need to sell.
Mhm.
Also, fulfilling orders, responding to customer service, looking at social media, making small videos here and there. And so throughout the year, I also review my certifications to make sure that they don't expire. Because that was
Mhm.
the one thing that I did when I did retire is I applied for all of my business certifications. So
Yeah.
minority owned, disadvantaged owned, veteran owned. So that's what my normal day looks like.
So, when you started out in 2017 and over the 3 years since then, what resource specific to small businesses has been the most helpful to you that you would recommend to others wanting to get started?
So I would definitely recommend the Institute for Military Veterans and Families. It's shortened IVMF. They're headquartered in Syracuse, New York. And so I started going to their programs in 2009. So they have programs for the idea stage, the startup phase, the growth phase. And so my very first program was Boots to Business. And then I went to a program for veteran women. And I like this organization because it's specific for veterans and military families. And it's very similar to how I felt when I was on active duty. I had this family,
Mhm.
and now I have this veteran entrepreneur family that everyone wants everyone to win. Everyone is sharing information. When I go to their programs, they don't just leave. It's they continue to contact me to
Mhm.
attend other programs because they want me to be successful.
How has the coronavirus impacted your business, your daily operations, your marketing, just continuing to operate?
So, with regard to the coronavirus, because my store is an online store, um, I'm still able to operate and take orders. I'm able to ship them off at USPS.
Mhm.
The vendors that I use, they're still operational. What they're doing is they're using social distancing. They're wearing masks and they're ensuring that they keep their hands clean. In fact, the vendor that I'm using in Minnesota, they're working on a project for me right now. And so operationally, the impact is minimal.
Okay.
The biggest impact is, of course, having my son here with me during the day, and so also managing his schoolwork. His
Mhm.
school's they're gonna start Google Classroom next week, and so he'll have class in the morning. So trying to manage that, and then one thing that has impacted me is, how do I give back? I have a small
Mhm.
child, so act like physically helping is not feasible for me right now because
Mhm.
he's here with me and he's young, he's vulnerable, right? So one thing that we've come up with is making do it yourself hand sanitizers because that right now is lacking in stores. And so I've purchased all of the ingredients, and we're basically going to do science projects here at the house. My son and I, we made a batch this past weekend, and so the plan is to put a small 1 ounce bottle in each order once I receive the
Mhm.
bottles. Everything
That's
right now,
great.
yeah, everything right now, like, things are limited. And so once I
Mhm.
receive the bottles, that's what we'll start doing as a way to, let our customers know this is what we're doing to
Mhm.
help you. This afternoon, in fact, at 1 p.m., I have a sewing class. I
Mhm.
have a sewing class to teach me how to make masks. So,
Yep.
once I learn how to make a mask, then we'll see where that takes me or takes the company.
Cool. That's a really exciting little item you're adding to your orders.
Thank you.
And it does help you bring even more value to their customers and let them know that you are able to pivot quickly and provide for other needs that we all have right now. So that's really
Right.
cool.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. What are your hopes for the remainder of 2020?
So 2020, the goal is to continue to improve and grow. Um, just so you know, where my let's just talk about revenue. Where my company
Mhm.
is right now with regard to revenue, we are in the first quarter of 2020. Revenue wise, we are where we were at third quarter last year. So,
Mhm.
like for me, that is significant, and a lot of that has to do with all of the resources that I've been able to use. For
Mhm.
example, GQ, IVMF, since retiring from the military.
Mhm.
Another goal is to try my best to solve the issue with the Navy ball caps. I receive DMs all of the time from potential customers who would like me to add satin lining or silk lining actually to their Navy baseball cap. Another
Mhm.
thing that we're looking to do is getting into retail stores. For example, AFES. I would love to have products in AFES. And at
Yep.
the Veteran Edge conference, I met with Walmart, and so that is another goal of ours is to get our products into Walmart. Like that would be a big deal for us right now.
Yeah, that would be huge.
Yes, right now they're monitoring our store is on 3 platforms. the website Shopify, which is a Shopify website. We're on Walmart.com. We're also on Amazon. And so the Walmart supplier diversity office, they are monitoring our online sales to confirm that there is a demand for the hats.
Yeah.
And then they want me to follow up with them so that we can find out if we can get the physical hats in the physical store. So those are really the goals. And then, of course, to improve our give back effort. Right now, our goal is to give 10% to nonprofit organizations. And so that is our driving force, is to make sure that we're able to give back. One thing that I would like to do is donate hats to cancer patients, which we did last year. And the year before, we donated the military hats with the silk lining material to cancer patients and cancer survivors, because the material isn't abrasive. And so it's helpful for them. So I mentioned the military caps with the lining. So we have these liners made in Minnesota, and then we have them stitched into the hat. And so what the pending patent will do is it'll allow customers to have multiple liners. So we'll have the silk liners, we'll have a wicking liner, because there are customers who perspire a lot, and so they would prefer a wicking liner. We sell beanies with satin lining on the inside, and so our goal is to donate these to cancer patients in the military hospitals. And we sell these satin lined baseball caps, and we also have a backless version, which allows for someone with a lot of hair, a lot of thick hair, to be able to wear a baseball cap. And we do custom embroideries for these. So this is what we're doing for the sororities. So that's really all about my products.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Natasha. It was wonderful speaking with you today. Stay safe and healthy, and we hope to see you again in person very soon.
Thank you. You stay safe and healthy as well. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.